Unfortunately, Wi-Fi is gonna hold him back today.
I can see him. I can see him doing it for sure. But here we are, finally in loser semifinals. We apologize to the wait friends, but the lag test waited for no man. Instead, we got and DELTAFORCE out here for loser semis. The last best of 3 set of the night, going up between a Ness and a Link. And DELTAFORCE is already dead because he couldn't spawn his bomb because it was on the level. And he exploded himself. Not literally, but metaphorically, but almost literally.
Close enough.
Yeah, literally enough to be down a stock, because now we have to see that oppressive Link gameplay come out, as opposed to any sort of back foot passive Link, which is more fitting of his Dark Link skin.
Now that would make me tight if there was a character, if there was a guy whose tag was literally.
Oh my god.
That would be the worst.
That would be a tough one. That would be hard.
That would be a really, really hard one to deal with, since literally is literally now the new actually of actually. It's of our generations. It's so dumb how that word has been so misused to the point where the definition has basically changed. But anyway, Town and City for the first game, already down a whole stock and already lapped in percent because of that SD. Here, this is was that forward smash? He's definitely going to take it. Yeah, here I could see the stage, the stage is always so polarizing because of its blast zones. I've said it a million times before as that back air takes the stock. But I'm not going to lie, here, this is the kind of stage that I can low-key see benefiting Ness a lot more than Link, if I'm being completely honest. And that's not just because of his back throw, just having the highest knockback growth of the back throws. It's going to kill off the side super duper early. But it's also because it's so big that I feel like Ness is going to be able to really do a good job at keeping his distance against Link, like sort of counter-camping a character who is stereotypically and also inaccurately considered campy, if you know what I mean. It's like, like if Ness gets a lead, he can just sort of stay away from Link, just tossing all of his items and everything and make it harder for him to come in without doing a very strong yet very telegraphed neutral lair. So I feel like the stage just low-key benefits Ness a little more, but we'll see how the rest of it goes.
Yeah, I do know that when talking to DELTAFORCE out, I think it was Shine last year, so his opinion may have changed. But he does think that Town and City is Link's best stage. So it makes sense why he would want to go here, but is not letting him, or making him reconsider that opinion, I guess.
I don't know. I mean, did he say why he thinks that?
He thinks that the wideness of the center stage can make for can make for opportunities to reset neutral for Link. It can make for if he DIs out, it can mean he can put out a nair or pull a bomb before any sort of string can continue, so it helps with breaking disadvantage. The platform layouts are all pretty good for Link in terms of either getting back on stage or man, I've just noticed every single I have said, and it's distracting.
Hey, at least they're not us.
Fair. And the side blast zones as well. Link kills super horizontally for many of his kill options, whether it be F-tilt, whether it be bomb, or forward air, or things of that nature. So it means you can just get those kills even 20% earlier.
Oh, with these down air PK fire combos, like he links up a PK fire and then so many other Nesses would either just spam it or they would start just forward airing to try to start a fair string. This guy doesn't do that more than half the time. Whenever he catches you in a PK fire, he'll just run up and he'll sweet spot down air you to pop you up off the ground, since you can't tech the ground with spikes in this game, and then just land an up air combo off of you to try to continue the string as that neutral air takes the stock. This guy is an extender, the way he thinks about these combos and going in and out. I mean, so you think it would be so obvious, that so many Ness players would just take advantage of the fact that their opponent is pretty much immobile and that they would do something a little bit stronger than, just a forward air or a grab or just spamming more PK fires. But a lot of them don't. This guy's out here and he's doing it and he's extending, and he's got a pretty big lead because of it. Going way low with that neutral air, since not much is going to be able to beat that move, since it takes priority over so many moves in this game. But knowing that, just hanging down a little bit low to go around the neutral air instead. Good patience off the level to make sure he was be able to space himself around it.
I feel like I would want to see... Oh, man. That almost resulted in a very, very unfortunate death, but I feel like I'd want to see DELTAFORCE start to anti-air a little bit more, use some more up tilts, up smashes at kill percent, such as now, because... I'm just calling by his tag. Is floating. He's playing a very floaty character, and he's floating around right outside of the Nair range, but he's well inside Link's overall sword range.
Yeah, that's true. It's like Link is like a literal sword character in this game. It's not like as that back throw takes the stock. It's not like the other games in which you know, Link was, you know, more so a half zoner, like just with some pretty decent range on his stuff. No, they gave him like Fire Emblem character range in this game. You know, for once, that Master Sword is actually pretty huge. So it's a little different in this game. You think these disjoints would be a bigger problem for, but he's doing a pretty good job getting around them. Like I said, you know, Town and City, as good of a stage as it apparently is for Link, I can definitely see it being a good one as his Nair just straight up ignites the PK fire in the air, but doesn't ignite him. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
Oh my god. That's... Jesus. Link, that move is asinine and insane. My goodness. But anyway, you know, like DELTAFORCE says, as good of a stage as this is for Link, you know, I feel like, personally, Ness just has a lot of space to really just play around with Link on it. I don't know. You know, you feel like a smaller stage could be bad against Ness just because, like, you know, I feel like him, you know, being the archetype of character that he is, would have an easier time just putting out hitboxes over Link, but I feel like the opposite is true. Link is not a zoner. He's a masher. Trust me when I say that. Like, you know, like at the very least, the way DELTAFORCE claims that he tries to play him, and I see the way that he tries to do it as well. And just, you know, being in your face, like with these bombs and arrows and boomerangs, and then just running in with a neutral air. He's not like young Link, in which he just throws projectiles over and over again to start a combo. Link can do things in other ways because of his neutral air, and it is the belief of some people that if Link's Nair wasn't as good as it was, he would probably be the worst of the Links, as that forward air does take the stock. DELTAFORCE still in it. So the bigger stage, I feel like, is actually kind of... I feel like it's actually kind of detrimental to DELTAFORCE in this matchup, because I feel like a smaller stage, he'd be able to overwhelm Ness as that up smash takes the stock. I feel like be able to overwhelm Ness so much easier. But now he just didn't have that chance because Ness had all the room to, you know, just run around and play with a lead when he was actually up against DELTAFORCE, which he was throughout the entirety of this set. So we got ourselves a quick 2-0 here in loser semifinals, as DELTAFORCE is going to finish out in 4th place.
Yeah, not a bad run for DELTAFORCE. He's pretty much always in the discussion as far as top 8s go, so that is going to be him going down 4th place. Moving up into what is going to be a very Platinum Star Losers Finals between him and Faro.